Stay informed and stay in the know. Learn and interact with compelling conversation. Grow your mind and transform your thinking. This is the Bev Smith Show on the Empowerment Radio Network.
It's that time. Every 2 weeks we bring on our friends, Charlene and Cheryl Mcabee. They are attorneys, but if you listen, they're more than that. They have the degrees because they were raised at a time when the emphasis in the African American community was on education. You could not live at home and not go to college. If you didn't go to college, you could not just sleep on the couch and watch TV and play the video and wear your pants down below your knees and the crack of your behind show for everyone to see. Couldn't do that. You had to go to education, go to the military, get a job, get married. You had to do something. And if you listen to the Maccabees, their parents told them they had to do something, and something they did. They educated themselves. So when I said to them, come on regularly and let's just talk. Let the country hear 3 concerned African American women talking about the law, talking about civil rights, talking about our community, and encouraging us on the Bev Smith Show here on the Empowerment Network. So I called the Maccabees up and I said, Charlene and Cheryl, Representative John Hubbard of Jonesboro, Arkansas. I think it's so interesting, Jonesboro. Can you say South Africa? And can you say apartheid? Jonesboro. He's from Jonesboro, Arkansas. And this white man has written a book, and it's called Letters to the Editor. I use his color because in America, color is everything. In America, color determines where you live. Color determines how you vote. Color determines what you wear. Color determines whether you go to jail. Color determines whether you can wear a fur coat and drive a new car and get past the police who are sitting on the side of the road waiting for you. So we want you to understand who Representative John Hubbard is. The book is called Letters to the Editor, Confessions of a Frustrated Conservative. And he says that he has some thoughts about race and all the other things that have made him frustrated as a Republican and a conservative. And this is what I read to the Mcabee sisters, and I said, when you come on, you have to let folks know what you think. This is the quote from the book. The institution of slavery that the black race has long believed to be an abomination upon its people may actually have been a blessing in disguise. The blacks who could endure those conditions and circumstances, listen to this, like if you could survive whipping your butt every day, raping your women, taking your children from you, denying you a language, killing you if you tried to escape from enslavement, which made us rich and wealthy. If you are one who survived those conditions and circumstances, well, you will someday be rewarded with citizenship in the greatest nation ever established upon the face of the earth. Hey, dummy, there was a nation here before your people came. And your people came in a boat that the King of England dropped your butt in the boat, and you came over here, and there were people already here living with nature, not destroying the land, not stripping it for gold, not killing for greed. Yes, they fought out of the land and territory. That's as old as Adam and Eve. But the truth of the matter is, when you ask about black people and tell us, because we endured slavery and the conditions and the circumstances, that we should be feeling good about being in this country, man, everything you do is contributed by blacks. That's what I have to say. Cheryl, you were saying something.
Well, I was going to go into that, and, my thought on that is, you don't have to give me citizenship. You have to give me the 40 acres and a mule that I've been promised. As a matter of fact, there's interest due on that. And I don't understand why when you bring up reparations, everybody acts like, oh, you shouldn't ask for reparations. Why not? My people were promised that, and we built this country. We should get it. And what's very interesting is that when the Japanese were interned during World War II, they paid reparations to the Japanese. Why can't the African Americans who built this country also get reparations?
Okay, come on. That's not enough. I know, Charlene, you're too quiet.
Well, I totally agree with my sister. It's just a situation where I cannot believe that anybody would say that this kind of behavior, and this was something that African Americans or black people should feel good about, and that slavery was good for black people. It's appalling to me to think that someone who is a representative would say this kind of thing in a book or wherever he is. And I just can't imagine that he would think that he would have the right to be able to say that. But, in actuality, that's just the attitude of a lot of people and a lot of Republicans, that, they are the lords of everyone and that they still are the owners of everyone also. And so, he just takes it as due that he could say these kind of things and that they might be true.
As a matter of fact, he has several other areas. I don't know if you want to talk about the other areas, Bev. But
wait. Yeah, I do. I want to talk about this because I told people that we would be talking about it today, that we had talked about it earlier, and they had no idea because the newspapers haven't talked about this. This hasn't been. I want to know who published this. Now let's challenge him on his ignorance. Let's challenge him. He said, there's a quote that says that blacks in America should be more enjoyable and successful if they would only learn to appreciate the value of a good education. Look, when the white folks came over to Africa, and that included the Arab country because they divided it. I mean, to Egypt, when they went into Africa, because Egypt is on the continent of Africa, they stole. When they went into India, they put up a caste system, not because they were bringing joy, and because they were bringing, what's the word I'm looking for, ladies? Equality under the law. Because they were trying to control the goods in the land, like in Nigeria, the oil and the gold. And so it would be interesting that he would know that we were not plucked from an ignorant continent. As a matter of fact, white scientists have said that all civilization began in Africa, and that he is the descendant, genetically so with DNA, of an African, okay? So I think that part of the problem with ignorance, and let me say it like I would say it to you on the telephone, with this ignorant man, is that the problem is that he does not know about Africa. And so he sees it in these modern times as a politician, as a country with ignorant people, and that we were plucked out and dropped here and we were beaten, and those of us who survived it should feel good about it. Now you all can pick it up from there.
Well, first thing we're trying to get a handle on it. If this book was written in 2009, why are we just now hearing about this? It says he wrote this book in 2009. And I mean, why hasn't somebody in some media forum discussed this long before now?
And I agree with you. Who published it?
Yeah.
Who has the audacity to put this out so that other people could read it?